While Infosys results for Q3 are okay, market did not like probably what is coming up in Q4. One is there will be salary hikes given, so profitability may dip. Secondly, there is in general anticipation that Q4 may be a little dull, especially with Mr. Trump joining office on Monday. Overall, the guidance also looked a little tepid. Infosys stock plummeted, and this was indicated in the ADR yesterday night itself. It remained down whole day, and this is a favorite stock of FIIs. And one stock which was dumped even more, nearly 5x of normal volume, opened literally at the lowest point of the day, didn't attempt any recovery. Axis Bank. While the number of 2.8% may not seem very high in today's world, but for Reliance, this is a lot of market cap added in a single day. This is how far Reliance is from its 52-week high, and the market did not seem in any hurry to reach that. I don't think this stock is going up in a hurry. The sector from yesterday, the investment pack went through heavy profit booking. I don't think people were abandoning this sector. They were probably just moving the money to the sectors which are hot right now, namely defense and railways. Railway stocks continue to rock, and today there were no 10-15% gainers but reasonable gains for many stocks at high volumes. RVNL continued the upward march. 2% up for this entire bunch of stocks associated with railways theme. Defense space was interesting. If you recall yesterday's stock that I covered in the Nugget, Bharat Dynamics, that went up another 6% today. There was a huge buying interest here, and today the big boy, the biggest of them all, HAL came back very strongly, 5% up for HAL. Today even the shipping companies were showing a lot of buying interest, 3-4% up. This sector does not go up just for 1-2 days. The rally usually lasts at least a week, and you might see defense at the top of the sectoral dashboard very soon. See, Bharat Dynamics went up very early in the day and stayed up 5x of normal volumes. And HAL has just started going up. There is some more way to go. Now there is an interesting development going on around the soda ash part. The news articles are indicating that soda ash prices are rising, and my discovery says a little different, and I'll talk about soda ash. This may not be a very popular chemical, but this drives a lot of things in the economy. That's because it is a big part of not just glass but also detergents, chemicals like fertilizers. A lot of economy depends upon soda ash. Markets more or less similar to yesterday, just that at top today we have Reliance, and the bottom tier has IT banks all over the place. One thing I want to highlight in Reliance is it is now up for 3 straight days after being down for a while. And now Reliance contribution may look very high, but it was literally balanced out by Infosys. Infosys at the bottom along with the heavyweights ICICI, Axis Bank, HDFC Bank and Kotak Mahindra ahead of the results tomorrow. At the top, Reliance, ITC, L&T, Sun Pharma and Coal India for a change. Next 50 lost some of the greens today, and Varun Beverages went at the bottom yet again. And this stock fundamentally is strong. However, the stock prices are looking really vulnerable right now. Giving it company at the bottom was Adani Power today, profit booking, LTI Mindtree, Chola Finance and Bajaj Holding. At the top, HAL, LIC, Zomato, Siemens and Lodha. The twin of Siemens, ABB, also was not far behind. A huge bunch of sectors with very low activity, and the two sectors, banking and software, they are one day at the top, one day at the bottom. Oil and gas was rocking, and this is primarily because Reliance was up a lot. This bar is not moving much. However, oil and gas at the top, telecom at number 2, power at number 3. For the fourth straight day, we have good participation in the market, 22 sectors up for the day. Nifty these days is volatile but in a very limited range. Today also 0.7% for the day. Overall down 0.5% for the day. And while Bank Nifty may look like totally range bound, the 1.2% trading range because it opened gap down. The outperformance today was in next 50, 0.8% for the day. Next 50 has been doing well for the last 4-5 days. Bank Nifty is back to reds. Axis Bank hit a fresh low on high volumes. The sentiment reflected completely in the private sector pack. However, besides Axis Bank, no one went down on very high volumes. And in the public sector bank space, IDBI continued to rock at high volumes, 5.5% up for the day. The selling in Motilal Oswal stemmed for a while, just 0.5% down. Look at the performance of Motilal Oswal this month. In the microfinance pack, everything red. However, Fusion Finance yet again went up 7.7% and Spandana is fast giving up all the gains from the two upper circuits, down 5% for the day. Both of these stocks continue to be in the red zone. It is surprising to see Nifty IT green without the top stocks in green. Seems to be some issue in Nasdaq. Airtel is green and I am being tempted into considering buying Indus Tower. When China's economy does well, they don't dump metal in the international market, and that creates some sort of leeway for the Indian producers. Hindustan Copper was the best performer today, 7% up. But this is a very volatile sector. If tomorrow there is a slightest of problem for China, this sector comes crumbling down. Even the companies with 1 lakh, 2 lakh crore market cap, they fall like a pack of cards. Oil and gas was shining today. ONGC was up 1.3%. Today, BPCL came back 2.5% up for the day. And HPCL has been quiet for a while. IOC is a slow mover. Chennai Petro, ahead of the results, was up 2.2% in the red, 54% down from its 52-week high. And remember, the sibling MRPL has the results on Monday. Early in the day, MRPL went up on high volumes. Power was looking good today, just that Adani Power corrected a bit. This sector has a lot of distance to cover if there is a recovery. And I don't think there is anything wrong from revenue perspective for this sector. We still need lot more power capacity to be added. And we don't have a price war situation either. SW Solar hit a upper circuit yesterday and today it hit a lower circuit. This is the stock I was talking about yesterday with the tax aberrations. Pharma recovered from yesterday's losses. Most of the stocks were up. However, volumes were low. Biocon hit yet another high today. Consumption pack, Varun Beverages down, Godrej Consumer up. Overall, the sector looked better than yesterday. Besides Kalyan Jewelers, that tanked another 7% today. And there is no clarification or something coming from the management side. Remaining stocks were doing fine. And now I've stopped averaging Kalyan Jewelers completely. Good buying interest in the entire tobacco and alcohol pack today. And remember, if there's a panic situation around budget, around GST for cigarettes, that is good for the cigarette companies. Besides TCS, the Tata Group was looking fine. A lot of reds continue in the Adani pack as well as the financiers. Now Hindenburg is gone, so I'm thinking of removing the financer pack from here. Ahead of the inauguration of Mr. Trump, the crypto market is dancing. And as I speak, Bitcoin is roughly around 102,000 yet again. The prettiness vanished and IT was down most 2.68%. Just that Nifty, Next 50 and Energy were looking pretty today. FIIs are fast approaching their half century and DIIs are nearly there. Gold and silver haven't changed much. This is Infosys ADR yesterday. 86.6 for INR and 81.6 for Brent. US markets lost most of the gains from the previous day yesterday, and Indian market only Reliance was shining. Now Wipro's numbers are okayish. Profit has increased 4.5%. I have not been able to analyze it. The results for SBI Life and ICICI Lombard, these are two different segments. They are looking good. 71% for SBI and 68% for ICICI Lombard. Indian Hotel Company, the results came a bit late, but the numbers look very good. I haven't analyzed them, but jump of 33% and revenue up 29%. These are pretty good numbers. And now markets may be expecting a lot more than these, and in that case the stock may go down a lot on Monday. Last week when markets were down a lot, I had moved some money to Motilal Oswal's MOM 100 fund, and within 1 week it has given nearly 4.5% return. This is pretty good, and in fact I'm thinking that when markets fall a lot, I will probably bank on this or similar funds for parking the money, because stock selection is very hard these days. Now today I needed some money, so I sold the gold ETF which I just showed. I'll buy it back probably next 2-3 days. I sold BDL. It has gone up a lot in 2 days and I thought that it may come under pressure if markets are weak next week. And my losses had already converted into profit thanks to averaging yesterday. IDBI I sold at a slight loss because it has gone up a lot and I don't think anything is happening in this bank right now. The sale is not happening tomorrow. Paras Defense, I had bought for trading only. It was lying there for 3-4 days. Today there was 5% kind of profit and I booked that. Airtel was not moving much. Actually, it was going up but very slowly. So I booked profits and came out. DCW I'll talk about in the Nugget section. I already owned it at losses. So I bought a bit more of it. I had the results for the third consecutive quarter. I have averaged down on MRPL. If this time the stock doesn't move, I am going to book losses. And last time when metals rallied, Nalco went up a lot. So I'm just taking a bet on the history. Overall, a profitable and investment day. Soda ash, it is a chemical which has been used for centuries. There is nothing new here. It is used in glass, detergent, soaps, batteries, chemicals, cosmetics. It's very hard to live without soda ash. The biggest producer of soda ash and consumer also is China, followed by United States and Turkey. In fact, these three countries alone account for 78% of world's production. India is not there in top 3. Today there was an article that the fertilizer and chemical companies are going through a roof because soda ash prices are going up. Now this news seems a little misplaced. I'll tell you one reason. GHCL is still fine. It is a soda ash producer. These are consumers. They consume, their raw material is going up. One thing to note is this is soda ash annual prices is courtesy trading economics. Stock price or rather the commodity price is literally at the 5-year bottom. There are 2-3 things I want to point out here. This was the European crisis around the Ukraine war. That is when soda ash prices went up a lot. Remember, there was an energy crisis because of sanctions on Russia, and glass production requires a lot of energy, electricity. So Europe had banned the production of glass at that time. As a result, the production in Turkey completely evaporated. Soda ash prices went through the roof. New capacity added in United States took time. Right now that capacity is reflecting with US. Then of course the prices came down. What happened here was there was a huge earthquake in Turkey around November of 2022 if I remember correctly, and then again the prices went up because Turkey was going to take at least 1 year to restore the supply. That was the magnitude of the overall earthquake, and I created a story around this and I tried a trade and I lost a lot of money. There's a story and there's a video there. I'll post it again in the end if you want to see the complete episode. I lost money here though my theory was right. Why? Because of this slump, because of China demand going down. China stopped consuming a lot of soda ash and as a result it started dumping soda ash in the international market. What that led to was the Indian companies like DCW, Tata Chemicals, they could not make money. Their profitability went down. And soda ash prices have been volatile since then. What analysts are feeling is there could be a bounce back from here. What is visible, however, is that China is picking up now. China's demand will rise. So there is anticipation. These three companies produce maximum soda ash in India. Tata Chemicals is the largest one. But Tata Chemicals does a lot more including Tata Salt. So it is very hard to take a bet on Tata Chemicals. GHCL is big. DCW specializes in soda ash. It is a small company. Tata Chemical, if you look at the stock, it has gone literally nowhere. It is at the rock bottom only for the year. DCW, it was kind of in no man's zone here and then it went up after it is consolidating. Then it went down a bit. Overall for the year, still 40% up. So this stock has moved more, but the commodity price is down. Why? That is because here the government announced that there will be an MIP, minimum price for soda ash in the country. So there is a MSP is there in agriculture, so MIP for industry. GHCL also, it was consolidating, then it went up and it is up right now, it is not down. But the gain for the year is 20%, not like DCW 40%. Now China says economy grew 5% last year driven by exports. China's trade surplus was declared to be $1 trillion about 2 days back. Overall things are looking better in China. Demand is expected to go up. That is why metals also are rallying. Anything related to China recovery, that will go up right now. So what will happen is China will consume what it produces. India will probably export some part of it at a higher price. And in general, the prices will not be weak. They will increase. That will increase the margins of the soda ash companies. So note that you have to be producer of soda ash and command the higher prices. You don't have to be consumer. And if this gets bigger, then I might actually sell off HUL yet again. Because then 1-2 quarters down the line, HUL kind of stocks will start suffering because of high input prices. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic weekend. I will see you on Monday.